ChatGPT, Chipotle just released an amazing chicken al pastor dish. Chicken al pastor is nothing new. Can you create for us the most amazing chicken al pastor recipe that we can cook at home?
Certainly, chicken al pastor is a delightful dish that is known for its flavorful marinated meat, usually served with pineapple, onions, and cilantro. Below is a recipe you can try at home to make an amazing chicken al pastor.
Hey everyone, I'm Dave, and today we're making chicken al pastor. Chicken al pastor is an old and delicious recipe, and I've never cooked it before. So I think it'll be fun to make it, especially since right now everyone's talking about the new chicken al pastor over at Chipotle. I figured we could make a better one at home with the help of ChatGPT. So I went and I asked it to create a recipe for the most amazing chicken al pastor. We're gonna try it out and see if it works. It looks moderately complicated, and I'm not a professional chef in any way, shape, or form, so hopefully this goes okay. So it says the first thing we need to do is make a marinade, and to make the marinade we need these chilies I've never heard of before. Guajillo chilies, I think they're called, which I bought, and they're like dehydrated, and the recipe says to put them in hot water and let them rehydrate. So that's what we've done. It's in this super hot water. Basically I took it to right about to boil, and then I took it off and put the chilies in it. So hopefully it works. And apparently it needs to sit there in the hot water for like 15 to 20 minutes. It's already been sitting there for like 10, so we're almost ready to use that. And it says we need to, in a blender, combine several ingredients. Now, I don't really have a blender. I have this little Ninja chop thingy, and I think it'll work, hopefully, for this, but we'll see. While that stuff rehydrates, we're gonna prep the rest of the ingredients, one of those being pineapple. It says a full medium pineapple. I bought the pre-done pineapple, the pre-chopped up, you know, because it's easier, but it says to use half of it, and I think this is probably about, I don't know, could we reconstruct it and see if it's the size of a pineapple? Yeah, see, I think this is about half a pineapple, don't you? So, yeah, we'll use that. I'm gonna need paper towels. It says these pineapples are supposed to be cut into 1-inch pieces. And actually, the fact that I got them kind of like pre-done makes my life a bit easier. That's actually smaller than an inch. That's like a half an inch. I'll make these ones a little bigger. All right, so there's my 1-inch slices of pineapple there. And we're gonna get an idea really quick if this is gonna work based on if this stuff fits into this dish. Because if it doesn't, then it's not gonna work. But that's really all I have, so maybe I blend it down. What is that? Like a little piece of pineapple there? There. All right, so there's our half the pineapple. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for later. Okay, so now that the pineapple's ready, we're gonna cut an onion, chop an onion. This is a white onion, and that is what it calls for. I usually like to leave a little of me chopping an onion in the footage because it helps people understand that I'm not a professional cook. Pretty much every time I chop an onion, people are like, oh my gosh, you don't know how to chop an onion, you're gonna chop your finger off. So I like to leave it in there just so everyone has a good basis point of my lack of skills right as we start the recipe videos. But anyways, we'll cut back, chop up one onion. White onion is what it calls for. That's a lot of onion. I don't even know if I need to chop it that much if it's going into this blender. I think I'm gonna have to pre-blend to shrink stuff down and then come back. Yeah, all right, let's see if we can get this smaller. I mean, that kind of worked. It really shrunk down the pineapple, but a lot of the onion didn't even get. I know what you're thinking, guys. Why is Dave using a giant knife to do that? What is wrong with him? The answer is scientists haven't figured out what's wrong with me yet. Hopefully they'll get there eventually. There we go. Now there's a little more space in there. I don't actually need to fit that much more. I want to let you know one more thing about the onion chopping. Let me harp on a point for a minute. I have watched several tutorials on YouTube of how to cut an onion better, and I'm just bad at learning, I think, because even after watching those tutorials, I'm not really any better. We're here to make relatable cooking content, guys. This is not a professional chef channel. Literally anyone out there watching this can probably cook this because I'm at the very low end of the skill spectrum. Okay, so we're just taking some garlic. That's 3 garlic cloves. I have 4 here. We could use all 4. How come they're pink? How come the shell thingy is pink? Kind of weird. Do we want to use all 4? I kind of want to use all 4. It's not going to hurt to have a tiny bit extra. That goes in there. We need 2 teaspoons of Chipotle in adobo sauce, which the only way I know how to get that is this. And I'm assuming it just means the sauce, not the actual peppers, right? What do you guys think? Because it doesn't say, it just says 2 teaspoons Chipotle in adobo sauce. Maybe it does mean a pepper. I don't know. I'm a little torn on that. I guess I could take advantage of the fact that I'm using ChatGPT and just ask it. For the Chipotle in adobo sauce, did I include Chipotle peppers? Okay, so it says, for the chicken al pastor recipe I provided, 2 teaspoons Chipotle in adobo sauce would typically mean that you'd use the sauce and a small amount of the pepper minced into it. However, if you're sensitive to heat and prefer a mild flavor, just use the sauce. I think I'm just gonna use the sauce, but you could definitely do it either way. So here's 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons of the Chipotle sauce from the Chipotle in adobo. Now we need to add some spices. I know I need to clean up my mess. I know I need to. I'm just not that neat of a person. All right, a teaspoon of cumin is gonna go in there. A teaspoon of oregano. We're gonna add oregano next. And then paprika. How much paprika? A teaspoon of paprika. Those are gonna be your 3 spices in there, I think. All right, this is where we're gonna start having trouble fitting everything into this little tiny blender, guys. Hold on. Let me mix this up here. This is all a marinade, so you want it to be like kind of liquidy. We should do our peppers here that we've been rehydrating, but it also calls for white vinegar, a 1/4 cup. I don't think that's all gonna fit. A 1/2 cup of orange juice and a 1/4 cup of lime juice. So we're gonna add those 3 wet ingredients after we're done blending everything, and we'll like do it in a bowl or something. I've got this bowl here, we can put it in there and do that step then. But first, let's take the chilies. How many of these guajillo chilies? Seeds removed. Okay, so these should be, rehydrated. That's still hot water, by the way. 2 of these, and then we want to remove the seeds. That shouldn't be too hard. Oh, look, they just dump out. Out you go, seeds. Well, that's fun. All right, and then put that in there. Really? They feel like paper still, kind of, I'll be honest. Oh, there's still seeds in there, hold on. It said seeds removed. Let's not screw this up. Oh yeah, here we go. Lots of seeds still. Oh man, are my hands gonna be super spicy all day? Did I just make a fatal error? Removing the seeds, plopping it in there, and then let's grab this other one, do the same thing. This is messy work, guys, messy work. But we're making Chipotle, what are we making again? I forgot the name of it. Something they have at Chipotle. There we go. That's probably good. My hands are disgusting. All right, a little better. Let's see if we can get these to blend in. Did it work? Yeah, it looks like it worked. There's some big chunks in there though. All right. So that, I think, is everything except for the wet ingredients. Let me look here. So now I'm gonna dump it in a bowl because, again, I don't have room in this thing. So we're just gonna take this, do that action, and dump it into this bowl. And beautiful. All right, so here we go. We've got our stuff so far. Now we're gonna add the wet stuff, the wet ingredients. First is a 1/4 cup of lime juice, which I just got this big giant thing of lime juice, and a 1/4 cup measure. Uh-oh, filling a little, filling a lot, and good enough. Okay, so that's our lime juice. That'll add some acidity. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a cook, guys. 1/4 cup of white vinegar, ew. White vinegar, I can't help but think of this as a cleaning tool, not a food, but whatever. Goes in there too. And then a 1/2 cup of OJ, pulp free. I went with pulp free. I think you're probably supposed to, actually I guess it doesn't matter. We have a bunch of pineapple pulp in here. That's definitely how you open orange juice, right? 1/2 cup of that goes in as well. All right, now let's mix it up. And it says we can add salt and pepper to taste. I usually have this fancy pepper grinder someone sent me, but I used all the pepper. I need to like order more pepper. I'm gonna use old school pepper. Although I'm not sure if this is old school pepper or new school. Maybe the stuff you grind would be considered the old school. We're gonna use new school pepper. A little pepper in there and all over the counter. Because why not? And then on my hand, because the pepper was wet. I don't know, let's not. Wiping it on the ground in the first place probably wasn't my best strategy. And then we'll add a little salt, or a lot of salt. However much salt I just added is how much we're adding. All right, so that's our marinade for our chicken. All right, so now we gotta put the chicken into the marinade. Now this recipe calls for boneless, skinless chicken thighs, so that is what I got. So we'll just open that up and drop them in. Should I like cut some of this white stuff off, this like fat or whatever? Maybe a little. I mean, it's like loaded, so whatever. We're just gonna put it in there. That's flavor. Fat is flavor. Put all that in the marinade here, like so. And I'm not gonna wash my chicken, even though I got that comment that says I should always wash my chicken with soap and water when I take it out of the package. I'm not doing it because I got 50 other comments saying that's insane and I shouldn't do it. So you guys, I don't know. I'm confused on what I should do. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've done my whole entire life, almost 40 years of living, and I've never washed my chicken with soap and water, so I'm just not gonna start. All right, so that's all buried in the marinade. I'm gonna go wash my hands. That much I do know, and I'll be right back. So ChatGPT said to cover this up and put it into the fridge for a loud crow. For 4 hours to marinate. And as a very impatient person, that's very difficult for me, but I'm gonna do it, and I'll be back in 4 hours to move on to the next step. You guys are gonna be so proud of me. I waited, how long? 3 whole hours, that's almost 4. We're calling it close enough. I have preheated my little, my grill. I haven't used my grill in a while. It is also pretty rusted and terrible, but you know, that's just pretty much everything I own. So we've got our chicken here. It's been marinating for a little over 3 hours. Like I said, we're gonna call it close enough because of my impatience. And we're going to just open this up, get the chicken out, get to cooking. This is gonna be amazing. It smells really good. So basically it says to preheat your grill to like medium and then throw the chicken on it. And that's what we're doing. 1, 2, how many pieces did I have? I'm assuming you don't like rinse it off or anything. You leave the marinade right on it because it doesn't say to rinse it off or anything like that. This piece is weird looking. 4. We got a 5th one here. 5. Is there a 6th one? There is. Look at that. 6. There we go. So now our chicken's cooking, medium heat on that. It also says we should grill the leftover pineapple, so I'm just gonna throw that on the grill too and grill it up a little bit. We got 3 pieces left. I will say this recipe calls for cilantro and diced onions to go on to the taco at the end, and I forgot to buy cilantro. So a little disappointing because I feel like cilantro would be a really good addition, but right now I'm chopping up an onion while that chicken heats through. And we are gonna flip the chicken over in just a second too. Let me just dice my onions first. Go slow so I don't cut my fingers. But yeah, cilantro and onion is like, I don't know, it's like a necessary thing when you have this sort of a dish. So I'm a little disappointed about the lack of cilantro. But this really is more about how to make the chicken. How you use the chicken is really up to you. You can do onions, cilantro, salsa, you can add all types of stuff to it. But at least we'll have a little onion. We got some tortillas we'll heat up. Should be good. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this chicken, maybe turn it over. It's not really cooking much. Maybe I should turn the heat up. I'm on like medium. At least turn the pineapple over. Yeah, it's starting to get some grill marks on it. And we're supposed to dice up the pineapple. I just thought it'd be easier to cook the pineapple, then dice it up. Let's start turning over the chicken, see what it looks like on the other side. Still looks like it's got a ways to go. I don't know if I'm supposed to put more of that sauce on it or if that marinade was just here and then it's gone. It's kind of falling off anyways into the grill. All right, so our chicken's still cooking up here. I kind of am just walking away from it. It's kind of falling apart a little bit, I noticed. Maybe that's from sitting in the marinade for so long. Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna end up pulling it apart anyways because it goes on tacos. But still, it's really getting crumbly here. Also check on the pineapple here with my other spatula. Yeah, it's kind of grilled at this point. Do one more side on it. You can also check the internal temperature. I don't think it's even close. 115. Oh, it's hot. 130. It's getting there. All right, let's take a look at our chicken al pastor here. It's been a little bit longer. I got some nice char marks on it now. Ooh, it's so hot. It's a hot grill, guys. A hot grill. Flip this over. Do this one. Oh, see, I don't want it to fall apart. I think sitting in that marinade, especially the pineapple, really kind of, what's the word? Breaks down the meat in a sense. It's it wants to fall apart on me, which I think is good. It's gonna be melt in your mouth goodness once we finish it. But I do wanna get it to a safe temperature, internal. Oh, it's so hot, it's so hot. Burn my fingers when I check the temp. All right, this one is at 156. It's really close. This one's at 59, 174. This one might be done. Chicken thighs are pretty forgiving. Technically, we gotta get up to 165, but even if you go up to 175 on a chicken thigh, it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna pull off the pineapple and we're gonna chop that up. I think that's been on the grill long enough. And with the pineapple, we're just gonna chop it into, small bite-sized pieces so we can put it on our little tacos. I guess we're making tacos. We have no choice now. We're committed. Smells good. I do love pineapple. Put that over here with the onions because it's all just topping for our chicken. All right, so some of this chicken is starting to finish. This piece is done, for example, and so I'm gonna take that off. These little nuggets are done. Again, nuggets are fine because we're gonna be chopping it up anyways, and a little char grilled action is not bad either. Oh no, oh man, almost burnt my thermometer there. Yeah, 175. This piece is probably done. All right, so while the rest of that chicken cooks, we're just gonna basically slice up this chicken so that it can go into our tacos. Although now that I look at the recipe, it says to let it rest, so I guess I didn't do that. I'll let the next pieces rest. So we're gonna heat up some of the tortillas over on this side of the grill. It says you can just pop them on there and let them get warm so we can actually have this. These are corn tortillas. It also says you can slice some avocado, you get some lime wedges. There's a lot of options here as far as what you wanna do with these. I would say just, cook it to your taste. Put what you want in your taco and you'll be good to go. All right, so these tortilla shells should be warm. It's been about a minute. Ooh. Oh yeah, they're warm. Let's set them aside. I'm gonna try one while the rest of this chicken cooks up. Why not? Let's assemble. So basically, you wanna take a little of the pineapple, put it in there. Not too much, I guess. I don't know. Never cooked this before. Some chicken. I've eaten it though, at restaurants. And then some onions. And I do think cilantro and some lime would be an amazing addition. But I don't have either, so we're just gonna try it and see how it is. Wow, it's so good. So that's really, really delicious. The pineapple is taking it to the next level for sure. I do think cilantro would be a great addition, but just the pineapple and the chicken and the onion is awesome. It's a really good chicken al pastor recipe. I did notice that in ChatGPT, it said for the best results, marinate the chicken overnight, which to me would be better anyways, right? You think of the night before, make the marinade, you put the thighs in it, you come back the next evening to cook them, then they've sat in the marinade for like 24 hours. That would be the key to like these being even better, more juicy. It'll soak up more of that marinade and stuff like that. These are great. I recommend you try them. Chicken al pastor, I think ChatGPT did a good job. Let me know if you guys think it should have done something different. This is AI Kitchen, signing off.